Hello my fellow gearheads, today I'm here with another space retro review of this set from 1989, the 6781 Space Police SP Striker. This set was the second biggest set in the Space Police 1 product line, and it was the only one that features the light system. According to Bricklink, this set has 218 parts, obviously I didn't count them, and 2 minifigures, one for the Space Policeman and one for the Blacktron 1. The build of this set is actually pretty straightforward, but I can't say it's easy, because even following the instructions, even if you have them printed, or worse, following them online, it is not very easy. You really need to pay attention to what is added in between each of the steps, because there is nowhere an overview of the elements that you are using in the next step. As with all the Space Police 1 sets, except for the first one, you do have a prison cell that can be easily detached and is attached by the hooks in between the plates and tiles at the rear of the ship. The same system works across all the Space Police bigger sets, so you can just reuse each of the prison cells from one set and just clip it to another if you want to. Inside, when you open the bars, you can see a Blacktron minifigure with a smiley face, even though these are supposed to be the bad guys, but they are extremely happy bad guys. No print on the back whatsoever, just printed at the front. And all the parts of the minifigure are black except for the head, including the oxygen tanks at the back. To put the minifigure down there, you just need to drop him in, and he stands there fairly well, and you just close the door for the prison cell. Comes with printed panels on the side, and as well these extremely rare transparent red windows, and of course these bars do as well cost a fortune on Bricklink. You can simply open the extremely spacious cockpit that uses this transparent red extension, and this is the only set using it. The similar applies to the M-Tron, where the second biggest set as well uses as the only one the transparent neon green extension for the cockpit section. But yeah, as you can see, there's an instrument panel, a lot of unused space in front of the minifigure. There is another instrument panel behind, and there's as well this status computer that if you turn actually the lights to the blinking position, which I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, it pretty much sends a warning that something might be wrong with the ship, but I like that everything is blinking instead of the steady lights. The secondary pair of wings can be angled downwards like so, and afterwards it gives you very strong X-Wing vibes, which happened quite often in the older space sets. They just took inspiration from whatever they could without needing to pay any royalties. This is pretty much like an X-Wing carrying a prison cell. And then there is this gigantic compartment that slides out that holds the battery box and the light system over here, and it slides out thanks to the tiles built in over here, and it's secured in here by these plates. These things actually do not hold it in place. It's pretty much just to get a bigger grip on the battery box when you slide it backwards. And this is the light module, how it looks. So you have one of the computers over here, and then you have these light prisms with 3 lights that pretty much just extend the light from the light bar that is underneath, with 2 LEDs, and over here you have 2 transparent red 1x6 bricks without any tubes in them, so it gives you better view to the LEDs. Yeah, and you can, as I said, you can change it either to steady lights or blinking lights like so, but I kind of like this for the police siren and light vibe. Another reason why the whole battery compartment slides out of the whole ship is that you can afterwards, just by removing this plate at the bottom or this whole section, open the battery compartment and just take out the 9-volt battery that powers the whole system, and then simply lock it in place again, like so. And just by reattaching everything together, you're good to go and everything works. The button is actually quite nice as well, because by pressing it and leaning it forwards, it stays stuck in the on position. If you just want to press it, you just press it and lean it again back, and it keeps afterwards turned off. Just quickly about the light and sound system in this case, because I as well invested some money on the side after buying this set to get an extra copy in case I want to incorporate it in some of my older sets, because this system is a lot of fun. It's very simple, but I understand why it was discontinued, because I don't think production of plates and bricks that have electrical contacts is the easiest thing in the world, and it must have driven the cost up of the sets like crazy. But what you can do with these ones is that just by pressing the on button on the battery box, you can have the lights on. If you just rotate them, you change the polarity of this. So instead of blinking, you have steady lights. This light, which I didn't know, is only a steady one. So no matter how you turn it, no matter how you change the polarity, it's still gonna stay steady on. These small covers run on Bricklink approximately for 0.2, 0.3 euro each. So they are not the cheapest ones, and you can get them in 4 colors. So you can get them in transparent yellow, red, blue and green. If you want to enhance the lights, you probably remember these reflectors from the Model Team sets. So you can just add it over here to get the light even brighter, but as you can see, the bulbs are very, very yellowish. So do not expect any miracles from this. The thing how this set works, actually, the SP Striker, is that you do have these bricks that work like light prisms connected to the system, and they afterwards just distribute the light. But you can already see that the brightest ones are the ones in the middle, just right next to the bulbs, and afterwards the other ones are less bright. The light and sound system as well contain 2 types of sirens. This one is a space one, so it has 2 space noises. This is the other noise. And then for the regular fire, police trucks and ambulances and helicopters, it had this one. And if you rotate it by 180 degrees, you get this sound. So there were altogether 4 different sounds for this system, and 3, as far as I am aware, types of lights. This one, which was with the horizontal bulb, one with the vertical bulb that is placed right underneath this one, which I can easily show you. Hopefully, yeah. This is how it looks with the vertical light. And this one can blink or stay steady on, unless compared to the other one that I have. And that was pretty much it. And then you had the 1x4 brick with 2 bulbs you could add afterwards anything to. And this is the whole light and sound system from the old 80s and 90s Lego sets. Yeah, sometimes the switch on this one gets stuck, but that's how it looks. And you can simply just stack and extend the plates however you want. Surprisingly, the most expensive ones are the 1x2s, and of course it wouldn't have been Lego space stuff in the late 80s and 90s if it didn't have many things that are just unique to the set. So this set was the first one actually until the late 90s to feature a black battery box, and as far as I'm aware it was the only one that had the plates with the electrical contacts in black color. So there's a stack of 1x2s that can lead electricity, and there's as well two 2x4s in this set, both in black color. If you really want to, you can actually reuse this module with the battery as an escape pod or an extra ship, because it is suitable to sit a minifigure over here. He even has some control panel, as I mentioned, over here in the front, and if you want to fly him in a ship with lights, it's totally possible. It doesn't look like much, but hey, it's fine, you know, whatever works for your fantasy. If you as well remove the battery box with the lights, you can try to move the prison cell a little bit forward, which is totally possible. Yeah, so this is how the ship looks without the battery compartment and the prison cell shifted forwards. You can angle the wings, as I mentioned. There's a gap over here and you can see through the whole ship, so you can see my fingers right now, but it kind of works, I think. Yeah, and if you want to afterwards as well fly without the prison, that is totally possible as well. You just slide the batteries back then and just kind of lock these two hinge plates. But yeah, the ship looks pretty bare and empty over here, so I'm just gonna add the prison cell back to its position, and this is how it's supposed to look, which in my opinion works the best. It's not a flawless set, but I think it looks pretty damn cool, and they did extremely good job on depicting it in the catalog back then. For those who don't know, there used to be inspiration alternate builds always depicted on the back of the box in which the set came, and this one actually shows something that looks like a robot and one big spacecraft and one slightly smaller spacecraft with a base. All of the models are using the light system, which is kind of cool. And if you would like to get more inspiration and just enjoy going down the memory lane to explore what other alternate builds for other sets were available back then, just check the website, which is called backoftheboxbuilds.com. I'm gonna put as well link down in the video description so you can check it yourself. It's a lot of fun, and just remembering how cool some of the alternate models were, and some of them were less cool, definitely. But most of the ones that were available for this one were actually pretty nice. And the reason why I'm talking about alternate builds is that I took the SP Strikers elements and I turned it into much longer Space Police Shark that has some cool features as well. So you have something to look forward to. I'm gonna publish the video for it with free instructions soon, and as well add them to Rebricable. So if you have this set, you can afterwards just try rebuilding it into something completely different. And yes, that's all from my side. Hope you liked my retro review of this beautifully looking Space Police 6781 SP Striker. And I'm gonna be here soon again with some other alternate builds of space sets that came in late 80s or early 90s, which pretty much is the peak of my childhood. So until next time, everybody, stay safe, take care, bye bye, and enjoy building with the old space sets, because they are a lot of fun.